Snow White is the new live-action remake directed by Marc Webb of the animated Disney classic. The logline is as follows: a princess joins forces with 7 dwarves to liberate her kingdom from her cruel stepmother, the evil queen. 2025's Snow White is a film that had a very rocky road to the big screen since its first announcement, being hit with controversy after controversy. I'm surprised we even got to see it at all, but I wish we didn't get to see it because it sucks. Before I tear this film apart, let me point out the good. Rachel Zegler is great in the lead role, and she has the most charisma in the cast and has a beautiful voice. She deserved a project much better than this because she is so talented. But that's as far as the praise for this film goes. I absolutely hated the dwarves in this movie. They land squarely in the uncanny valley, somewhere between the Polar Express and giant mutant bobbleheads. I have no idea why the filmmakers decided to make the dwarves CGI, as they look terrible and totally ruin every single scene they are in. They seriously look frightening in some shots. I can't get attached to any of these characters because just like any CGI live-action human, they always have dead soulless eyes. Speaking of dead soulless eyes, Gal Gadot is terrible in this movie. The singing is fine, but every single line she delivers is borderline laughable and like she's just reading the script for the first time. It's safe to say she secured a Golden Raspberry early this year. The writing in this film was also really poor. The storytelling is clunky and many characters are missing some vital development to make us actually care about them. I could not get invested in the Jonathan character at all, and his romance plot with Snow White is so sloppy and half-assed. Literally, the most memorable part of this movie for me is when I spaced out and started thinking about what I needed to pick up from the grocery store after it was over. The color correction in this film is also a weak spot. For some reason, they decided in post to make almost every scene as yellow as possible. Like, some scenes are so insanely yellow that the background of the shots all blends together into a huge mess of nothingness. Lastly, my biggest problem with this movie is its existence. It's been said time and time again, but this trend of making live-action remakes of Disney classics is so insanely lazy and cheap. Don't watch this movie and don't support it with your money. Disney can't keep getting away with this. So in conclusion, Snow White is just another film in a long line of soulless Disney live-action remake cash grabs. It has nightmarish dwarves, terrible performances, and every shot is so insanely yellow, it's hard to see what is going on most of the time. The only good part of the film is Rachel Zegler, but she is getting no help from the poor writing and an uninspired creative vision. If a movie is so boring that it makes you space out and start thinking about your grocery list while watching it, you know it failed as a piece of entertainment. 1.5 stars.